I get calls all the time from people looking to move to Boston, but with a population of nearly 5 million in Greater Boston, only about 700,000 actually live in the city. So if you want to live near Boston, but more in the suburbs, which one is best? Well, after living in Boston, my entire life and helping hundreds of families buy and sell here, I want to rank Boston's suburbs from worst to best just for you. Now, this won't be your typical top 10 list. It's an honest breakdown ranking them in a tiered format, with the bottom ranking being C, representing, solid valued suburbs, with trade-offs all the way up to S being the most elite or superior suburbs. Along the way, I'll even share a few hidden gems that most locals don't even talk about, so stay tuned. Today, it's all about ranking the suburbs and towns near Boston, Massachusetts, from worst, or let's just say mid-range, to the best of the best. And for those of you that are new to me, I'm Joe Turco with Living in Boston, and my real estate team helps people buy, sell, and relocate to the greater Boston area by sharing exactly what it's like living here. And folks, there's no one bringing you videos quite like we do. So if you're thinking about making a move, feel free to reach out and connect today. All our info is in the description below and pinned in the comments. Now, starting out with our Tier C suburbs, these areas actually offer some solid value if you're willing to make a few trade-offs. And if these don't quite hit the mark for you, just wait until we get to our Tier B, which could be considered our fastest growing suburbs, because I think you're going to, honestly, love those. First off are Quincy and Weymouth, where, the median price is in the high 600s to low 700s and reasonable for what you get, but actually two completely different vibes. First, some people don't love these areas because of the traffic and congestion on the South Shore on your way to the Cape. But honestly, there's traffic all over Greater Boston right now. Truthfully, the growth in these areas skyrocketed in the early 2000s, and people are still complaining about, infrastructure or the lack thereof. But one thing people do love is that there's everything that you need right nearby. The South Shore Plaza is huge with tons of stores and restaurants. You also have Stop and Shop, Costco, and Market Basket nearby, as well as Star Market. Being right off I-93, a lot of clients love the convenience into Boston. So, during rush hour, you can expect that extra 15 plus minutes added to your commute, depending on time of year. You're really only 10 miles from downtown, and there's a ton of infrastructure just upgrades going on. So if you're house hunting, you'll find a nice mix of new and resale homes to choose from, with average single family homes landing right in that $700,000, because it offers affordability and proximity to, the city. Now, many young professionals, families, and more have this on their list of places to check out. So both suburbs in our C tier are a bit similar and they are close to each other, but if you're looking for an established area that also offers convenience and don't mind playing around in traffic, Quincy's your spot. And know that of the two, Weymouth might actually have, more new home options. Now we're moving up to our Tier B suburbs, which are, our growing suburbs. These actually offer some solid value if you're willing to make a few, trade-offs. I'm probably going to catch some heat for this one, and I know I put this area on a pedestal sometimes, actually many times, but our first suburb in the tier is Burlington. Look, I already see the comments coming in, but Joe, how could you put Burlington this low? Stick with me, because I'm going to explain exactly why. Located just, 30 minutes northwest of downtown Boston, this area has exploded over the last few years. I actually have a family who moved here recently, and they're still absolutely head over heels with it. So right now what we're seeing though is median prices around $830,000, and I actually understand why people might get mad. But the amenities here, they're incredible. We've got the Burlington Mall and Wayside Commons, which are like having a small city of shopping right in your backyard. One of my favorite things to show clients is kind of the newer lifestyle developments with restaurants and entertainment and retail all in one place. It's kind of like having a resort-style community feel built right in. In fact, Burlington was recently named one of the best places to live in Massachusetts, earning high marks for its strong economy, its exceptional education and healthcare systems, and overall, well, the quality of life. And I'm talking about exceptional education. The schools here are phenomenal. We're talking about some of the highest performing districts in the state. And there's a huge game changer happening right now, and most people don't even know about it. More mixed-use developments and tech expansions are transforming the entire area. So why is it ranked so low? Well, this area still faces some challenges despite all of those good things. That, Route 128, I-95 corridor during rush hour, it's rough. I'm talking sometimes 35-minute delays on a good day. Yes, there are, widening and infrastructure projects coming, but we won't see those finished for years, supposedly. But that's constantly talked about and rarely achieved when we're talking about this kind of new road construction in the area. So here's what I would say. If you're someone looking for a suburban community with shopping, great schools, and don't mind being a bit further from Boston, you're going to love it here. Plus, you've got everything right in your fingertips, and, well, you can't say that for most other suburbs. Some people will probably still rank Burlington as, one of the #1 or top suburbs near Burlington, but I've got a few areas coming that I think offer even more. I'm curious though, what do you think so far? Drop a comment below and let me know if you agree with my ranking. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get new videos with everything you need to know about living in Boston and the surrounding areas. Now, next up is Concord, and trust me, it lives up to its name. I was actually out there last weekend showing homes, and I forgot how beautiful the trails and the outdoor spaces are. Located about 45 minutes from downtown Boston, right now we're looking at around a median price in the low 1.2 millions. And here you can truly get that New England living vibe. You can find neighborhoods where you can have historic charm and outdoor access right in your backyard. Think Walden Pond for swimming after, work, or hitting the Minuteman trails on the weekends. If you love the outdoors, you're going to be in heaven here. Now, while much of this area was built out long ago, there is still a lot of new growth happening in the area. For example, newer neighborhoods and expansions in Acton and surrounding towns have become, crowd favorites over the last handful of years, with tons of amenities like parks, playgrounds, running and biking trails, even schools right inside the neighborhood. And now you've got continued development drawing attention with biotech companies and campuses and farm-to-table communities that, make headlines. So if you're someone who values space, loves nature, and wants great schools for your kids, you're going to love it here. Just make sure you're okay with that 45-minute commute to Boston, and know that you always have shopping or an escape nearby in places like Burlington and Woburn. And if you're thinking about buying in Concord, here's the pro tip. Get out here soon. With all the development that's happening, this area is going to look totally different in a few years. I'm seeing prices in certain neighborhoods starting to really climb. However, our next B-tier suburb is actually in a prime location close to the city and one of Boston's best kept secrets. And this is Winthrop, located only 5 miles from downtown. The median sales price here is impressive. It's around $700,000, and that's affordable for around here. I know you're gonna kill me in the comments. Now, what I love about Winthrop is how you've got this perfect location triangle between Boston and the airport and the waterfront. I mean, you can get to downtown in under 20 minutes or be at Logan in about 15. Plus, you're getting this amazing small town feel. We're talking about beautiful waterfront areas, historic single-family homes, and a downtown that's really starting to, come alive. You know what's crazy about this place? The restaurant scene here has exploded over the last few years. Every time I'm showing homes in Winthrop, there's a new spot opening up, and one of my favorites is Belle Isle Seafood. If you haven't tried them, you can thank me later. Stepping up to our Tier A suburbs, it feels like we're entering a different world. These are consistently ranked at the top for schools, for amenities, and, homeowner satisfaction, and for good reason. But understand, there's still another tier above this coming up shortly. The first tier A suburb is unique spot where you can get a mix, well, between suburb and outdoor living, and I know this is going to be controversial being here. I'm talking about Weston, Massachusetts. It's a rare place that combines luxury and nature in the most incredible way. With a median price around $2.6 million for single family homes, you might wonder, okay, well, what justifies that jump up? Well, spend a day here and you'll understand. Located about 20 minutes west of Boston, it's not uncommon to find homes here sitting on an acre or more of land. We're not talking about cramped suburban lots. This is room to breathe, room for kids to play, maybe even space for that pool you've been dreaming of. And let's not forget, there's basically estates there, and they're pretty wild. But the suburb's center of attention is its conservation land. Families love places like Cat Rock Park and the Weston Reservoir, offering miles of trails and pure New England beauty. When it comes to homes, Weston ranges from charming older estates with character to some stunning new construction that rank, well, honestly, among the most sought after in the entire region. Families absolutely love the schools. Weston High consistently ranks among Massachusetts' best, and the town schools are a huge draw. So it's no surprise that, well, this suburb attracts tons of young families and established professionals, and if I'm honest, a lot of our affluent. You've got locally owned restaurants, golf courses, and all the shopping you need just minutes away in Wellesley or a quick drive to Burlington. And the best part, even though you're only 30 minutes from downtown Boston, the suburb feels like, honestly, you're living just worlds away from city living. Next up, if you dream of having horses in your backyard or living that kind of country estate lifestyle while still being close to the city, you're going to love hearing about Lincoln. Just 30 minutes from Boston, this area commands a median price point around $1.5 million. The people who live there think it's worth every penny. Lincoln offers the most peaceful, spread out version of suburban life you can imagine. Instead of hearing traffic and residents and all that, you're waking up to birds chirping and conservation land, well, outside your door. But it's the luxury market that's booming lately. We've seen a steady climb in multi-million-dollar homes, and here you can find everything from gorgeous historic estates to spacious, family homes on so much acreage, with many of them just having these incredible views. About 40% of the land is preserved, and it's not limited to just that. Newer neighborhoods in nearby towns like Concord and Carlisle offer a master plan feel with tons of amenities. Whether you're into hiking, equestrian life, that's horses, or simply want to be more in touch with nature, this place is incredible. Something unique about Lincoln, though, is how it straddles prestige and convenience. Close enough to Boston and Cambridge, yet still truly rural in its feel. The trade-off for all of this space and tranquility is, well, you're gonna need to drive a bit for shopping and dining. And don't count on public transportation here. This is definitely car country. The sweet spot about Lincoln, you get this amazing rural lifestyle while still being a reasonable drive to both Boston and Cambridge. Now, for this next one, how about we go ahead and head, well, to the North Shore, where there's a charming waterfront town that captures hearts instantly. It's safe to say that Marblehead feels like coastal New England postcards and all those scenes in the movie that you've seen, yet it's perfectly positioned about 30 minutes north of Boston. Located right on the shoreline, this isn't just another suburb. With 4 miles of coastline, a bustling historic district, and community festivals drawing fun crowds, Marblehead has this incredible energy you just can't find, well, everywhere. I love to tell my clients to picture grabbing a coffee at the local cafe, strolling past, some of the boutique shops, and then heading to the harbor to watch the sailboats. Marblehead has been drawing people for centuries. The historic downtown is a landmark filled with colonial homes, art galleries, and, well, all those vibrant community events that we love. And then you've got the Marblehead Festival of Arts, one of the local favorites where, the whole town really turns out and it's into like this one big celebration of creativity. When it comes to numbers, the median home value hovers just under $1 million, so probably about like $970,000. You get things such as waterfront access, top-rated schools, and this incredible small-town lifestyle just minutes from Boston. The sweet spot about Marblehead, well, you get this amazing coastal lifestyle without the same kind of tourist crowds you'll find, well, on the Cape or in Rockport or in some of the other places. It's perfect for families who want that small town feel but need to be connected to Boston for work. Now, this next one is one of my personal favorites, and get this, off the record, it's not uncommon to walk into, downtown Salem and feel like you're in a completely different world. I'm not talking about just at Halloween. That's just a typical Tuesday. They don't call it Massachusetts' quirkiest coastal gem for nothing. And the people that call it that, well, let's be honest, they're a little lame. But it is affectionately nicknamed the Witch City. Salem blends history, arts, and culture with the coastal living vibe. Talking about downtown area here, you'll find an incredible spot with dozens of local breweries, museums, and cultural attractions within walking or biking distance. My, personal favorite is Notch Brewery, one of the pioneers in, that kind of session beer in New England. Now combine all of that with historic homes, the PBD X6 Museum, and a thriving art scene, and you got Salem. But there's one thing that sets this place even more apart. Right across the causeway, you can hop over to Marblehead or Beverly for beaches and more small town charm. Salem also boasts year-round festivals celebrating everything from Halloween heritage to craft beer, which is why it's known as, one of the hotspots on the North Shore. Fair warning though, this lifestyle comes with a few, trade-offs. The cost of living is higher than average, and during peak October tourist season, you'll definitely feel the crowds. But trust me, it's still worth the lifestyle. This A-tier list is kind of impeccable, right? But wait until you hear about the suburbs I rank as S-tier. They're going to honestly just blow your mind. Time to dive into the absolute best of the best, our elite S-tier suburbs. And they aren't just great neighborhoods. These are the cream of the crop in Greater Boston. Let me show you why. These areas are consistently dominating in everything from property values to schools to lifestyle. So up next we have Hingham, which might surprise people by making our S-tier list, but it's earned its spot. The waterfront scene here is incredible, with neighborhood offerings everything from, $1 million homes to multi-million-dollar estates, and we're talking north of 20. But what I absolutely love about Hingham is it's that blend of small town charm, coastal beauty, with a population of about 24,000 and just insane livability scores. Hingham ranks as one of the best places to live in all of Massachusetts. The area boasts this beautiful coastal access, including Hingham Harbor and Wampatuck State Park and numerous parks for outdoor recreation. I love World's End. You'll definitely appreciate the town's proximity to Boston, providing easy access to urban amenities while maintaining a peaceful suburban atmosphere. You can even take the ferry. Besides, here's where you'll find Hingham High, a massive draw, consistently ranked among the top public high schools in the state. The downtown area with its boutique restaurants and historic Main Street is another huge reason why, Hingham ranks as an S tier. However, living in Hingham does come with some challenges, one being the influx of traffic during commuting hours. But despite these drawbacks, Hingham's combination of natural beauty, a hugely strong community spirit, and high quality of life, it continues to attract families and professionals seeking a coastal Massachusetts lifestyle. And believe me when I say, when people live in Hingham, they will tell you and let you know about it. And last but not least, one of my favorite places in Greater Boston area that has worn the crown for nearly 2 decades is Lexington. This historic community ranks as home to top-ranked high school, number 3 in Massachusetts, according to, the US News, with the perfect blend of suburban comfort and urban convenience. Here you have things such as the Battle Green Historic District, which is actually the heart of it all. This area has everything from restaurants to shops and community events, all within a bike ride from your home. Besides the amenities here, they're honestly incredible. You have conservation land, you have trails, golf courses, and more. And the schools, they're another huge draw. Lexington's high academics consistently rank in the top handful of schools statewide, and the education system here is one of the best in the entire country. And yes, you're paying among some of the most expensive in Massachusetts. But ask any resident and I'm sure they'll tell you that it's worth every penny for the lifestyle you get here. Plus, you're just, well, 30 minutes to downtown Boston and all the major business districts. This is perfect for families who just want it all. They want great schools, amazing amenities, and a true sense of community. So that pretty much wraps up our comprehensive look at Boston suburbs. So whether you're seeking luxury in Lincoln or value in Quincy, Greater Boston truly offers something for everyone. Remember, these rankings reflect current data, but your perfect neighborhood depends on your specific needs and your preferences. If you need more detailed information about any of these areas, reach out to my team and let's get started today. We help hundreds of families just like you buy and sell in Greater Boston, so reach out using the contact info in the description below. But before you leave, if you want to find out what it's actually like living in Boston, Massachusetts, go ahead and check out this playlist right here on the Living in Boston channel, and I'll catch you on the next video. I'll see you soon.